My name is Liam, and I am 18 years old. And if you are listening to my story, you probably think I had a normal life. But the truth is completely different. I wasn't born into comfort. I was born into struggle. A small broken house, constant financial problems, and a future that never looked certain. But this is not just a story about pain. This is the story of how I turned my struggle into success and changed my entire life. I grew up in a small neighborhood in America. My father worked long hours doing hard labor jobs just to keep our family alive. Some days he had work, and some days he came home empty-handed. My mother stayed at home, trying her best to hold everything together. I was just a kid, but I understood one thing very early in life. We were not like other families. We didn't have luxury. We didn't have stability. Even basic needs were sometimes difficult to afford. But even in all this struggle, my parents never stopped believing in me. As I started school, I slowly realized how different my life was. Other kids had new clothes, new shoes, and new gadgets. I had old clothes and silent confidence. I often avoided lunch breaks because I couldn't afford proper meals. At school, I stayed quiet, not because I had nothing to say, but because I felt like I didn't belong. At home, things were getting harder. Bills kept increasing. My father's health started getting weaker, and stress became part of everyday life. To support my family, I started working part-time after school. Every day became a cycle: school, work, study, sleep, repeat.
It was exhausting, but I had no choice. One day, everything collapsed. I failed an important exam. That failure broke something inside me. My teacher suggested I should choose a simpler path in life. Those words hurt more than anything else. That night, I couldn't sleep. I went outside and sat alone in silence, and I started thinking, maybe they were right. Maybe I was not meant for success. But then I thought about my parents, my father's tired face after long work days, my mother's silent sacrifices, and all the pain they carried just for me. And I realized something. If I quit now, their struggle would mean nothing. That night, I made a decision. I will not give up. The next morning, I changed. Not my situation, but my mindset. I decided to rebuild my life completely. No excuses, no distractions, only discipline. My new routine was simple. Wake up early, study, work, study again, sleep. It was not easy. Some days I felt exhausted. Some nights I wanted to quit. But I didn't stop. Because for the first time, I had a purpose stronger than pain. Slowly, my performance started improving. My confidence returned, and I started believing in myself again. Years passed like this. Struggle became routine, but so did growth. I completed high school with strong results. I earned a scholarship that changed my life. That moment felt unreal because it proved something important. My struggle was not wasted. In college, I worked even harder than before. While others enjoyed their time, I focused on my future. I stayed consistent. I stayed disciplined. After years of dedication, I finally graduated with a strong degree, and I got a good job in a respected company. For the first time, I was able to support my family properly. My father didn't have to work as hard anymore. My mother finally smiled without worry, and all the pain finally started making sense. Today, my life is not perfect, but it is completely different from where I started, and I never forgot my journey, because my struggle made me who I am. If you are listening to me right now, I want you to remember one thing. You are not defined by your beginning. You are defined by your persistence. Because if I, Liam, a boy from nothing, can change my life, then maybe you can too.